Anyway, what is this? It is a very old house. This house is, well, it's the very, very old house that my grandfather used to have out in a village in Asturias, in the region where I live. It is a house that was built in the 18th century. My grandpa just bought it for dirt cheap when it was in a very bad condition. In a very bad condition because yeah, it was like post-war here, and he's from France, so yeah, he really had an opportunity to buy this really old house and kind of rebuild it during his whole life. So this is how it used to look in the late 19th century. It's a really, really old picture from way before my grandfather even knew about it. And I was thinking we could do something cool, like folkloric with it. Valdevia's mansion is being attacked. Dropping TNT on me, yeah, probably. It is a very cool bit of history. It is a beautiful house. And it was built by a guy that was the governor back in like old times, like I think 18th century, of Nuevo León, which is right now in Mexico. I don't know what part of Mexico it is right now. Yeah, he used to be like a big shot guy back in America, when it was Spanish property. So yeah, he built this house with the money when he came back to Spain, he built this house. So it has a very long history. And there's like very cool things that happen in this house, and creepy things. There's a bunch of people who died of tuberculosis back in the day, from like descendants of this guy. Then it passed through a lot of hands, and it ended up like very ruined and in a very bad state in the hands of my grandpa. So yeah, that's a bit like a bright story of this house. Right now it looks a bit different, especially like here in front, because there's like a road. But yeah, I thought it would be cool. You've been defeated by soup. Come on, you can't let yourself be defeated by soup. Anyway, what is the legend or the folklore we're gonna be building on here? Well, go to Wikipedia. And, oh, let me change that to English, because that's in Asturiano, the language from my region. Okay, so there's this very, very common myth through all of Europe, which is probably of Celtic origins, because it's mostly seen in places where Celtic cultures existed. Which is, you might know as Wild Hunt, which is more like the German version of this myth, or German or French. Over here we have a very similar one that is called the Santa Compaña, which is like the Christianized version of it, or La Güestia in my region, which means like the host, like a host of people. Same word. The soup is too powerful. La Santa Compaña, see? Ripped in chat for Dapper, who got defeated by soup. Anyway, this is a cool legend. It changes a little bit from region to region, but the gist of it that you'll see from Germany down to Spain is a procession of people that usually are associated with death. And sometimes they'll be like in a chariot or in horses, like a hunting party. Sometimes they'll be more like a procession, like a festive procession that goes through the village when someone dies. The regional version that we have here in Asturias, which is where I live, which we call La Güestia, is a procession of like double file, like 2 rows of people basically that walk usually from the church of the village or from the cemetery, walk to a person that is going to die, that's like very ill or something. They go to their house, and the nights before they die, they turn around their house, and the final night they come in with a coffin on their shoulders. They come in and they take the dead person or their soul. So, and usually you don't see them, but if you see them, it means that you're gonna die soon too. You're gonna die in a year. There's also there's a bunch of versions of this myth, because it's a very like local, original thing. So there's also a version where you might find yourself like waking up. You have no idea how you got there, but you find yourself at the front of this procession, like holding a cross, if it's like the more Christianized version, or a candle or something. And if you're in front of the procession and you find yourself there, you cannot look back, because if you look back, the souls take you. So you have to continue just walking forward without looking back, and you can't stop for anything. And there's like stories about ways of people used to this to escape this, like draw a circle of souls in the ground, or Mathraptor. Thank you for that follow. Yeah, there's like a bunch of versions of this. But yeah, I think we're gonna do one of them. We're not gonna like stick super closely to one specific one. I kind of want like the imagery of it. And they're usually represented, or they're usually said to look like a ghostly parade or procession of 2 rows of people covered in white sheets, basically, or like white robes, and holding bones as if they were candles. So they're like holding bones with a tip lit up like a candle. That is what we're gonna try to do. And we have a pretty nice place here to put like a group of people, a group of ghosts in this case. Definitely heard a similar story. It is pretty common type of story all through Europe, I think. So first thing we need to do is, as you can see, there's a bunch of people that are looking at the camera here. This guy is very funny. There's like very well dressed gentleman here, an old man, and some young girls with wooden shoes. It's very specific to this region, even the dresses and stuff. So yeah, it's very cool. Anyway, first thing we're gonna do is clone stamp them out, because we want like a kind of empty scene. Although I like this people very much and their looks. I would probably not keep them in the... Maybe we can keep one of them, like this guy. I don't know. Yeah, this guy seems like it would be... like, maybe he's watching the procession too. But I would remove most of the people at least. We have 2 pictures of this actually. So one of them is this. And there's slightly different pictures, because as you can see, the gathering here, just gonna... Oh, looks like this. The girls here are in a different position. So it's like 2 subsequent pictures. These people look very similar. Yeah, they're taken at pretty much the same time. This guy hand his move. Wood shoes. They're the best. We call them madreñas here. They're still like a... Hold on. Here we call them madreñas. Really like the sepia tone one. Yeah, absolutely, me too. The other one, I just put it on top, just to see if maybe some parts are very clear on this one, like the roof and stuff. So we might be able to use it for maybe some details if we need to recover some areas. But now though, let's just forget about it. I have no idea how my grandpa found them, but he was very into antiques. As you can see by this guy building an antique, like rebuilding an antique house, he really loved old stuff, and he found them. Maybe they were in the house when he bought them. I think we don't know when they were from, but judging from the people's how they dressed and stuff, I would wager like late 19th century. So goodbye, mates. We'll also have to figure out how we'll make our ghosts look, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Also, let me know the sound and the music is working correctly. Because I messed with them to try to add the, what's it called? Twitch soundtrack thing. And it really messed with all my settings, and yeah, it was terrible. I had to uninstall it. It was a mess. I would have started the stream much earlier if I didn't do that. Okay, cool. Thank you, Cool Pros. Joe Bestorino, thank you for the follow. It's a bunch of stuff I collected over a couple of years of streaming. Especially when the whole music thing hit and suddenly everybody started getting hit with copyright claims and stuff. I was sort of prepared for it because I had been stockpiling music from before then already, because I just didn't like it being blocked in the VODs. A lot of people didn't mind that, but I prefer them not to be. So yeah, especially after that, because a lot of artists said, oh, I'm specifically allowing my music for Twitch, so I compiled them in this playlist. Okay, so I kind of want this texture. It's like very, very flat. More or less cover here. And get a nice transition here. So this song here and this album, which is fantastic, is something that is definitely shouldn't be on the, or should be on the Twitch copyright list, but for some reason it isn't. And I just, way before the whole copyright strike rush that there was, I tested it and it didn't get blocked, so I just kept it there. And it still hasn't gotten blocked. The time it gets muted, it's gonna be very sad. Evicting 20th century. Yeah. Poor people. Just kicking them out. I'm not gonna touch much here because it's pretty dark already and it's fine. I do want to darken this area a bit. I just don't have a lot to clone stamp from. So I might just do another layer, do soft light, and paint with this. I have to reduce the saturation a little. This would be much easier to work with if it was pure black and white instead of sepia, because it's just much messier to work with sepia. It just has, look at this pink area here, you got a lot of browns and yellows. Yeah, but it's fine, we'll get through it. Day's been well. I haven't done much. I'm very tired from yesterday because I did a lot of walking around in nature and that sort of thing. You're erasing this poor girl from existence. You also have to kind of skirt around the artifacts because it's full of stains and burns and whatnot. And Dapper, how's your day been? Apart from the soup. Oh, by the way, if you guys didn't catch it, last stream we did a very fun and pretty dumb thing in which I tried to edit an image like I do, just combine two images in MS Paint entirely. It was painful, but it was funny. You have in the VODs under the channel if you want to check that out later. But I was thinking that we should do something similar. Like I was thinking of things we could do for this kind of points reward thing. Because you guys already made me do a gaming stream. You made me turn into a VTuber and do an edit on MS Paint. Twitch could stop freaking out. I checked quickly the bitrate before I started. Seems like now it's good, but at first it was very patchy. So let me know if the stream is like jogging or something. Hopefully it already fixed itself. Yeah, want to see the beautiful edits I did on MS Paint? We did a centaur. Centaur, I don't know how you pronounce that. Hold on. Let me find out for you guys. If I saved it. I think I must have saved it. Here. And this shit was so hard. So hard. So many intermediate steps. It was just pure pain. Beautiful, as you can see. This is my masterpiece. Did I hear you were talking about 2D VTubers? If you want to just tell me. Oh, thank you. I mean, we did the VTuber thing kind of as a joke, and I did a 3D avatar with... what's the name of it? spheroid. It was just for like a one-time thing, but if it becomes common enough, I need a permanent avatar. I'll let you know. Okay, we got rid of these. One goes here, and I want to make this transition a little bit nicer. That should do it. Okay, now only this guy. Creepy guy. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get rid of you. Should we just leave the headless guy like this? Louis Coleman, thank you for the follow. It looks like my follow thing is not. My activity fit is not working, which is great. So I might have missed some followers. If I did, sorry. And welcome. Been playing a ton of Stardew Valley lately. What Stardew Valley music? I think you imagined it, mate. Cat Bear, thank you for the follow. Oh hey, I have something to ask you. Okay, there's a few people in here. Because I've been experimenting with a thing that I've seen apparently works on Twitter. Apparently, if you post, you might know that posting links on Twitter gets your tweet like heavily disfavored by the algorithm, meaning your followers won't see it. But I heard that there's a specific way of posting links through the Twitter ads, like the part of Twitter you usually use to make ads. You can also make just normal tweets through there. And you might remember a few months ago there was this carp thing that it was spreading around like a virus, where if you press the button it just tweeted the same thing over again. Using that sort of method to make a link apparently doesn't get it demoted by the algorithm. So did you guys see the tweets? The carp meme. It's been like years. That is my favorite coping mechanism, I agree. It's been a long time since I've played Stardew. But, hold on. Because this is an experiment, a little bit. So you might have seen the link today. Where is it? Here. You might have seen the link today look like this. Looks like a little, I don't know, card that you can click. I don't know if this makes any difference. I have no idea. So I might have to check it out compared to other stream announcements and see if it does better. I don't know. It's kind of an experiment there. Stardew Valley collab stream. Could be fun. Yeah, on Discord. I tweeted it, but I don't know if it's promoted. It is not promoted. I just used the part of Twitter that are like the Twitter ads thing that you use to make promoted things. But it is not promoted, it's just normal tweets. It acts like a normal tweet. Anyway, we got rid of all people except for this guy, which I think we'll leave. So I don't know. I don't know if he'll do better than just a tweet and a reply with a link. At least in number of people, it seems like there's a few people in here, probably from Twitter, a bunch of them. So I don't know. I'll have to see later. Okay, so we need to do ghosts in here. And let's just check out very quickly. Let's look for Santa Compagna and look at other art that people have done. Right, so this This one has like a human leading it, and the guys are holding a coffin, that's the word. There's not a lot of very good art for this. It's all pretty, all kind of campy. Like, okay. This one's kind of good. Oh, there's a statue. I haven't seen this one. Oh, a comic. That is good. I like that. Okay, I kind of want to not do the Christianized version of the myth. I'd rather just have it be people with bones and acting as candles. Without the leading guy with the cross, which is, I don't know. I'd rather have the more, probably what's a bit closer to the original, like, Celtic version of the myth. The classic Campagna. It's very, very blurry. Okay, so, like, the general agreement is a bunch of guys in white robes, although sometimes the robes are black, but I'd rather have white robes. I think that's the more... This is the the version in Asturian, sorry. No, very, very few people are gonna understand this. Yes, they specifically mentioned their white tunics. So I don't know, let's look for maybe white tunic. No, that doesn't work. We'll look for this. Hooded. Right, like this is not bad. It's red, but I don't mind. I can make it white fairly easily. I kind of want to do... Oh, cloak. Cloak, I guess, is the better word. Look at this guy. Look at this dude. Oh, another wonderful edit. This is one of the best things about coming in this stock picture sites to find pictures is finding the very good edits that people do. This seems overpainted. This seems like a base picture. This girl is another picture. Cloak is probably overpainted, and the wolf is definitely overpainted. What a wacky dude. Oh, see, this is very good. It's sitting, which is not great, but it might be a good base. I like the very, like, just pitch black beneath the hood. Very spectral. It's nice. So something like that could be nice. Get a wizard robe. Get a Star Wars costume. You can get this guy. Here's another angle of this guy. Looks like, yeah. Nice. For now I'm favoring this because we have two angles. That'll look slightly different, so they'll be nice to combine. There's not a lot though, so let's go to our second option, Unsplash. Let's look for cloak. Cloaked? Cloaked figure? No, there's not a lot there. Oh, a white robe, that is good. I like that. This guy's just wearing a. It's not even like a regular sheet. It's one of those that, how do you call them? That hold the the mattress below it. If you're gonna do sheet ghost, at least do like a regular sheet. Come on. El espectro de la bajera. I love that. Or this guy with sunglasses. Harry Potter. Maybe they're Harry Potter cosplayers. Okay, for now I like the statue. But the statue just... We'll just cover our top part of the ghost. So we need... I think I'd rather go with the lower part of a different cloak, like a different person. We got this guy, this don't work too well. Okay, let's scroll up a little. This is not bad, specifically looking at the lower part. It's very noisy, it's kind of dark. It might not work too well. Also, what about... this girl might work. I think this might work. This one not, sorry. You should have picked a better cloak, dude. Okay, so let's go with this two. And let's go with this one. And we'll see if we need this one. Okay. Let's just bring them all in here. Got this one. Where's the other one? Here. Okay. Let's start with... start with this guy, for example. The first thing we need to do is cut it out, which hopefully Photoshop will help us a little. Let's pray to Photoshop for a good crop here. I won't go too low, doesn't matter this part. Alright, hell yeah, Photoshop, you did a fine job. Surprisingly good, considering the background is so messy. I was not expecting that. Okay. So I think we need to simplify this edge quite a bit, so we're going to shift it and we're going to smooth, and with this we kind of bring it inside a little so we don't get like bits of the background. There we go. So just to show you what my idea is, because I have it in my brain, but I guess I didn't sketch it or anything for you guys. The idea is to have this little path that goes through here. You can have like a leading guy in front, I guess it's gonna be holding a candle or a bone or something. And then 2 rows that are kind of going down this whole road. So we'll basically have a couple different versions that look slightly different, and we'll kind of alternate them. We'll do some minor edits so it doesn't look copy pasted, and that should be it. They're all in the same angle, so it shouldn't be too hard to do, I think. We can put this kind of luminosity first, which will just let the color from behind shine through. But of course there's a bunch of different colors, which is not great. No, we'll put it in normal and we'll edit the color by itself. Get intermediate, brown orangey color, and we'll set it as color. Or here's something even better. We'll do a gradient map just for you, which we'll start with the darkest color being something like this. Doesn't let me. So the darkest color should be here. Then somewhere there. And this one goes probably in the middle there. And we got this, and finally, for the whites, we got this. Right, that's not bad. And now we can edit things underneath, and everything should change to look alright, hopefully. I'm gonna put it in color. For now, let's leave it at the large size so we can edit it better, and we'll make it smaller as we go. Among other things, I just finished the first postcard for the patron. It's gonna be very fun. I'm really enjoying making these. Because if you don't know, I'm making for my Patreon. I'm sending the patrons a postcard every month, just through regular mail. And every postcard has like just a different version of one of my edits in front. But in the back, they will all have a little like ARG type game or puzzle or cipher to solve, and I'm finding making that very fun. I'm trying to adapt this. There we go, until this is matching more or less. That should do it there. And what about... I find a very dark area here. Alright, we need a bit more red here. That's a lot. Okay. Bring it down. Oh. Okay, that's not bad. Now, they're gonna have a hand that is... Or maybe we don't see their hand. Because they should be holding a candle or a bone that looks like a candle. Quinn, gifting subs. Gosh, thank you. You're unmatched at this. Well, enjoy your sub, Kala. Dapper here, which I call Quinn because he's Queen on the Discord. He's definitely the gifter here. He's a sugar daddy of this stream. Exactly. Gonna have to make a sugar daddy badge for you. Oh yeah, you already found something? That's great to hear. Yes, there's a Discord. It is I mean, it started as a Discord for this stream, but then I made it into... Is chat not letting me send messages on here? For some reason, the chat here is not letting me send messages, but if you do !Discord, you can find it. And yeah, it started as a thing for the stream, but then it became just a general place for horror artists and just any kind of artist, really. What's my job after 3 years? Oh, you don't have to, kinda. Just if you have the money to spare. Hey Cryptid, it is a good Discord, indeed. Nice place. And I don't say that because I run it. And Dapper doesn't say that because he's a mod. Okay, let's try to mix this with this cloak here. So I'll need just the lower part of it. So let's try to isolate that. There's some patterns, but I think they'll be fairly easy to stamp out. Once we remove color, it'll be much nicer, I hope. It's where I was born. Let me get this area here. Okay, let's see if this is enough. I guess they should be tall. Ooh. There you go. Tall boys. We'll do the same gradient map because it works pretty well. We'll copy the 2296. Hopefully that'll work. I might have to adjust, but okay, so now within that, Cryptid, thank you for that sub. Really appreciate that. Gosh, we are at 12 subs, which means that we are only 3 subs until we get a second emote. That's cool. Oh yeah, everybody, if you got a Prime sub, I'll say that as a subscribe to my channel thing, but subscribe to some channel. You got a Prime, Amazon Prime membership. Connect it to your Twitch account and get your free sub. Because that means out of the $5 you're paying Jeff Bezos, $2.50 go to the streamer you choose. Which means less money for Bezos. And we're always happy with that. Don't tell Bezos I said that. I don't want to be kicked out of here. Okay, so we need to mix this to fairly different cloths so they look like one continuous piece. Will we achieve that? So I'm thinking I'm gonna copy this. Gonna bring it in front. Gonna remove this. Actually, I'm gonna put it there. So now we have this, which is just the rest of the cloth overlaid on top of the statue. But now I'm just come and paint with it. So if we need to match the textures, that'll be much easier now. We may need to do it twice because there's some areas that I can't get to with this. You know what? I might actually just expand this a little bit, which hopefully will allow us to get back there. There we go. I don't need to do this in the just most perfect detail, because it's gonna be small at the end of the day. There's gonna be a bunch of them. So yeah, this is me just making excuses for cutting corners. Don't mind me. But what other people call laziness, I call efficiency. Okay, now this part here of the transition is not very pretty. So I'm just gonna get back here, continue this crease, and maybe the other one as well. There we go. We'll try to let this continue in a more natural way, at least. It just is something different. It is for fun. It is something I wanted to do for a while. It has been on my backlog of ideas, and since I recently started the Patreon, one of the things is polls and just help me decide what I'm gonna make next. I put this along with a few others in the poll, and people chose this. As good as opportunity as any. And I want to do more folklore and edits. It's just fun, because it's an intersection of two things I really enjoy. I really like learning and reading and kind of exploring folklore from my region, because a lot of it is kind of forgotten, and the villages in my region are kind of getting empty and disappearing. So a lot of this just has to be kept alive somehow, you know? And they're beautiful stories. They're stories that have survived, that are likely, a lot of them, from Celtic origins, that have survived the Romans, the Christians, not the Muslims because they haven't been here, but in other regions they have. And just thousands of years of different cultural pressures. And they've adapted, sure. Like a lot of these, like this one, for example, this is a very good example of a Celtic myth, or we can assume a story that has a Celtic origin, that it got Christianized into something like the Santa Compañía means the holy company, or the holy. So it's been made specifically Christian, but we know from like other similar myths from other parts of Europe that they do have a Celtic origin. Can you talk about the insects ones you did? There's a bunch of those. Are you specifically interested in one of them? They all use the same technique that I'm doing here. I mean, the process is similar for everything I do. How do you spell that holy company word? Oh, Santa Compañía. Oh, I'm gonna write it in chat. Because apparently it's not letting me write in chat, but maybe in the Twitch, like, stream manager. Yeah, it's letting me there. Okay, so I just gotta write there. That's how it's written. Or if you want the specific version from my region, it's called like that. Okay, so here we have a cloaked guy. I think it looks pretty alright. We need to make it more spectral, definitely. But it's a pretty good base to art from. I'm also noticing artifacts here that are probably... There we go. reducing some of the hard edges while we're at it. It's very cool. It's similar to the wild hunt myths in other parts of Europe. You might know them from The Witcher. There we go, getting some edges smoothed. And now we need a bone, because these people, this holy, ghostly host of visitors carries bones in their hands like candles in a Christian procession. So we should do like a picture of a bone and a picture of a candle and just put the flame on top of the bone. Should be easy enough. Although, okay, there's a thing about flames in old pictures, is that they look not really how we imagine pictures of flames. They usually just look like a white spot, very, very white spot. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the browser. We are gonna go to Pickrel, and we're gonna try to find a candle. And of course it's just gonna get us candle holders, which is not great. Hopefully we can, or just fire in general. You're gonna do before the 20s. Okay. A lot of people fighting fires. It's not what I wanted. This is a very good picture though. I love the damages. Here's a drawing. Well, anyway, it's not the most important. We'll just paint the fire on, most likely. Or get a real one and just edit it until it looks old. Now, we need to find bones. Maybe we can find bones here. Look for femur, however it's said. Hopefully not a broken one. Oh, that's a big boy. Dinosaur. These are nice. I like these. This guy's just... oh, that's a PNG. Guy's just bored. I love him. Okay, I got some surgery pictures, which is not the best to show on the stream, I think. And let's look here. I think let's try these maybe. This one is good. I like how it looks. National Gallery of Art. That's not something I've gotten pictures from before. So let's just hope it's easy to find. There it is. Board skeleton. Yeah, it's hanging out. Okay, that's good. Can I download here? Sipping that fractal. Oh, I am in talks with a fantastic artist that does mostly t-shirts, and that has its own print shop to do, and I'll let you know when that is out. But we're gonna do a Fractal Juice t-shirts. It's gonna be good. It's gonna look like an old newspaper ad, like, you know, like imagine one of those ads for tonics, or basically magic potions, like Dr. something something's tonic cures diabetes and obesity and everything. And it's basically alcohol and cocaine. Well, basically that, but call it Fractal Juice, like Dr. Valdevia's Fractal Juice. Add fractal juice in your life, then into the monster. Exactly. Boom, easy. Get a gradient map on it. Get a little... It's 22 and 196. Okay. See, the ad writes itself. No, I think it's gonna be a fun little t-shirt. It's mainly just for me, but I know some people will like it. Okay, so I'd like this to come out of the space we have here, kind of like it's holding it with its hands that are just below. And I wonder... Okay, maybe we can do like this. So we flip. Make it a little bit smaller. And we hold the flame right in front of the hole here, just to make it more visible. Trying to find the best placement for that. It's either that or we can hold it away. Yeah, that might actually be more readable and green. We hold it something like this. Put it in a group. Oh, I messed something up. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, did you guys like my the last part of my fractal trilogy so far? It's not the last one, sorry. The latest part, I should have said. It's gonna be more, don't worry. I should save. You were right. Thank you. Okay, so that covers everything except for the flame that's on top of the bone. It should be good enough for now. Now I gotta remove some of the pattern here. Although, when I make it smaller, it's probably not going to be noticeable at all. I got your femur. 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 Hate English. But I'm forced to speak it. Okay. So we got this group 1, which is, just name it. Just name it base ghost. There we go. We'll merge it. And we'll place it. We'll place the first ones towards the back, because we can see the whole thing. And this part is just going to be half covered. So let's see how they fit here. Color-wise, they look good. It definitely needs some blurring to just match everything. Also, they need to look spectral. They need to look, you know, ghostly. So I'm wondering how to do that. Maybe that is a good... good blending mode that might work. I'd rather go with something like screen or lighten, although this is not very light, because that makes it look like white sheets. If we go with multiply, it'll look like dark ghosts. They describe it as being in white sheets, so okay, I'm thinking either lighten or screen with, just edit this. So we can have the whole contrast and see things well. The thing is, we can't go too bright because we have a maximum brightness, which is this. Or this, you know, like the sky or the houses. That kind of makes things hard. But you know, for now, we'll do screen here. This will do normal. So we can do copies like this. Since they're supposed to be going in double rows. So we need a few variations of the ghost, obviously, because this is copy pasted. Yeah, let's do second version. Rush! Hello! Hey everybody! How's everyone doing? Thank you for the raid, Rush. Hope you're doing well. So, for those that are new here, welcome. I do Photoshop and turn old pictures into scary things and stories. Dr. Val. Doing well, Rush. Thank you very much. I speak Spanish? Sí, soy de España. Hey Gypsy. Hey Outdate. Hey Scorpy. Always scary. I tend to do scary. I used to do way more surreal things, but now I'm more focused in horror. Kind of mysteries and old pictures, that kind of stuff. So what I'm doing now, thank you for that full Outdated. What I'm doing now is transforming an old picture of a village in my region and just putting ghosts into it according to the original folkloric myth. That's what I'm doing. So yeah, oh, redeemed telemedical fact. Hold on. Telemedical fact for you guys. Okay. Okay, these ones were fun the other day. You guys might know who Pliny the Elder is. He's an important figure in the history of medicine. He was a Roman author, like ancient Roman. He actually died in the eruption in the volcano in Pompeii. So the guy wrote during his life a ton of books about just from cooking to medicine, just everything. And his medical things are just amazingly weird and bad. They're horrible medicine from today's standards, but they're very funny if you read them. So, guess what Pliny the Elder recommended if you had a stiff neck? Any guesses? Maybe like a hot relaxing bath or something, a massage? No. Pliny recommended, and I quote, "The urine of a she-goat injected into the ears is found very useful, as also a liniment made of the dung of that animal, mixed with bulbs." So yeah, that's a little home remedy for you guys. Like goat piss for your stiff neck. You asked for medical facts. I'm just giving you what you want. Sorry, I missed a lot of messages. Carla, se me hace muy raro oírte hablar español. Yeah, I don't usually speak Spanish during streams. I don't think I show off anyone's work as much as I show people yours. Oh, thank you, Gypsy. Si te hablo en español, me podías contestar en español o en inglés. In English, I'd rather, just to not have two languages over each other during the stream. I like those theories. I was trying to do something like that on Patreon myself. Yeah, it's very fun. It's been... I just started the Patreon, and this week I should have sent out the first postcard. It's gonna be a good one. And are you a doctor? I am. I'm recently graduated and still not practicing, so I am technically a doctor, but I've finished my 6 years of medicine. Forbidden goat lemonade. Lots of other fucks. Black Coffin, hey, how are you doing? I was just speaking about Fractal Jukes t-shirts. Glad you're here. So yeah, welcome everybody. This is a stream for chill vibes and scary images. So here's the base image we're trying to... Here's our ghost, and we made it from this image, which is a statue, and this image, which is just a woman in a robe, and a bunch of gradient maps to match the sepia tone, and a bone, because this kind of ghost in the stories, they hold bones in their hands like candles. Wait, what is that blur thing that comes again? Oh, so that is the animation I have for people following me. So yeah, thank you Miss RPG Girl for the follow. Thank you everybody. If I missed someone, because the notifications aren't appearing in my little notification box. So if I missed anyone, thank you for the follow. That's my friend's Twitch by accident. That was me. Okay. It is 3 AM. It is... What is it, 3 AM? I usually stream until very late in the night, so don't freak out. I'm from Spain, but I'm a night creature that lives in a basically American time zone. Researching, great! I'm glad to hear that. It's gonna be a fun one. Okay, so we did this base ghost, and we're trying to add it in a way that looks like spectral, ghostly, you know. Have you lived in Spain? Yes, I'm currently in Spain. This is Spain. Lived here all my life. Okay, so we got this first one. Thing is, if we start to make the whole procession, all the ghosts, it's obviously gonna look copy-pasted. So we need to add some variation, make a few different versions of the base ghost. So I'm just gonna copy the base ghost, like that. We're gonna add the second sculpture into the mix, which is just the first one from the other side. So first we're gonna cut this. It's gonna get the top part. Hopefully Photoshop will do a good job cutting it. It did a good job before, but now there's leaves in front, so that's just gonna mess some things up. Yeah, it did, but good enough. We're in Spain. I'm from Asturias, which is the northern region of Spain. One of the northern regions, and it's where this legend comes from. 3 AM for you, so you're like east of me. Where are you from? If you don't mind. Oh, no. Get me the right tool. There we go. Just gonna get up to here. And hopefully by mixing it with the other sculpture, we'll get rid of this. Won't be too noticeable. India. Oh, cool. Welcome. Okay, so I just shifted the edge a little bit so we don't get any line from the background. I think I need to make it smooth and contrast. There we go. So in this version of the ghost, I don't know how many versions we'll make. Hopefully not too many. We'll get away with just making 2 or 3. Okay, let's see. The base one is here, so I just wanna put that there. Okay, more or less make it fit the other. Doesn't have to be perfect, I just need a good base there. To remove the painted parts. Copy the levels. Go. Getting it closer. That was stationed in Spain. Oh, nice. Where in Spain? What part? Gonna get some criticism on my website. I mean, I'm not an expert on websites, if that's what you want to ask for. I don't know if I can give very good criticism. If you're doing Photoshop on that website, then maybe. Sidian. Evening, evening. How are you doing? We hide the bone. There we go. Okay, so I do want to recover some of the original statue. Will make sense in a second. So I need this part to look smooth. I think I'm just gonna take that same part from the other statue. Oh, there we go. Custom coded, damn. I don't know if I can help much, since that's not my area of expertise, but maybe someone in chat can, so feel free to link. Or if you go into my Discord, maybe some more people will see it. If you go into my Discord, there's a feedback area, and you can post it on there. And I know there's people in the Discord that have way more expertise than me in this, so they should be able to help a bit better. Here, if you want to go to the Discord, I'll send one. Okay. Yeah, this is good because the hood at least looks pretty different, so it should read differently from the other one. Just need to fix up some of the edges. Oh, Valdevia. That's great. A nice relaxing place to live. People accuse them of being lazy, but that's just because they know how to live way better than us. So they got it all figured out. Okay, outdated. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, and Obsidian, I missed your message above. We are making a folkloric story for my region. It's Asturias in the north of Spain, in which a host, or I guess a parade of ghosts, when someone is going to die, the nights before they kind of go around their house and predict people's deaths, and when the day they die, they bring them with them. There's like the souls of the departed, kind of mixed with a wild hunt and other stories from just very European folklore. But this is a specific version of that story from my region. So yeah, I thought it would be fun to do my own little twist on it, I guess. they carry bones that look like candles, light up like candles. And sometimes a person might see themselves, it's like wake up one day and you're leading this procession, and you don't even know how you got there. You just wake up leading this host of ghostly figures behind you, and you cannot look back or stop because they will get you. So you have to keep walking, keep walking, keep walking until you die of thirst or hunger, or you trick someone else into leading the procession. So you're carrying a kind of the main, like when you're the leader of a Christian procession, you have a stick with a cross. Yeah, so you have to give it to someone else and kind of like pass on the curse, or kind of trick the ghosts in some way. I don't know. There's fun stories about that. Okay, so we got 1. We got 2. Oh, we're missing the bone in this one. There we go. I think I'll flip the bone here. Should be, hopefully be enough. I think I'll hold it forward like this. Get the shadow looking right. Okay. So this is base ghost 2. Cervecita is no more. Got another one. I'll get it. I'll get it later, I think. It is a very nice piece of folklore. Okay, so second base ghost. I'm gonna copy. I'm gonna merge it. And like the other, I'm just gonna turn it into smart object and put it down here. Just give it the same level of, there we go, levels and Gaussian blur. Same size as the other one. There we go. So now we have 2 variations of this. I don't know how many we'll need to make it look distinct enough. With 2 we can kind of change it up, so at least the 2 in each row look different. So we can copy this one, put it behind here. No, that's not the right one. Getting something like this, maybe. And make this one a little bit bigger. I guess we can offset them a little in each step. So they don't look like that perfectly coordinated. They're just a little bit more organic. So I'll get this 2. Bring them forward. I don't know how many rows of them I should do. They should do fewer, like leave it at 4 or 5, but separate them a little bit further. So maybe we have these 2 in front, with one of them being just a little bit, there we go. These 2 are here, next 2 will leave them where they are. Something like this. And what we can do is, in each step here, reduce the opacity a little bit, so that they're fading a little as they go farther from the camera. And we're putting them on screen because it's the one that looked the best out of the bat. But we can try other methods here. We can do color dodges a bit much. They look the same figure at all. Oh, that's good. Always glad to hear that. Can do it levels just on top of them. And mess around with things a little. Okay, and we're gonna do a mask that's just gonna cover this wall and everything that's behind it. Just gonna do a rough mask by hand, because I just want to take the main area first. So we want to do this and remove it like that, and then we'll just refine it manually. It's gonna look better. And then we need to do a few effects. First, just a little variation. I'm gonna move some of them around, make them taller, slimmer, you know. But immediately this doesn't read as this as much. On second look, it is gonna look like that, but okay. Next row, mainly editing the one in the first, like the one that's closer to us in the row, and that's always going to be the more visible one. Gonna be a little guy. Gonna do a little boy here. What if we flip one of them? No, we're never gonna make it look like it's walking the right way if we do that. But we might do puppet warp on them. Could be fun. A fun little way of adding differences when we've run out of the other methods. Yeah, that's good. See, this reads quite different now, which I like. Oh, doing the wrong one here. Oh, and we need one last ghost. Is the main guy that's leading the whole procession. Is procession a word in English? I've been saying it a lot, and I know it's something in Spanish, procesión, but I don't know if it translates directly like that. What would you call this? Not a parade. Oh, they're not celebrating. More like a funeral thing. How would you call that? Let's get the main guy in here. The main man. What's that called? They used to reshape them? I'm using Puppet Warp. On here, I have it set to Ctrl-Shift-P because I use it a lot. But it is under Edits. Puppet Warp here. Right? Gotta select the layer first. Puppet Warp. And then I usually remove the mesh. It's gonna look like that as a base. I hate this mesh, so I just remove it. You can mess with some things here, like the density of points in the mesh. It'll just make the things a little bit more flexible or less flexible. Mode, do it in distort, we'll just mess things up. Rigid, we'll just try to keep the proportions a bit tighter. It's a useful tool. Funeral procession. Okay, I've been saying it right then. I'm glad. Yeah, Puppet Warp is one of the best things in Photoshop for me. Okay, this guy's gonna be like standing a bit taller, a bit prouder, since it's the main guy. I make him tall, like a bit taller than the rest. Okay, hopefully this looked different enough. Now we are gonna add, because I'm noticing it's a bit hard for me to visually separate these two, the two in the pair here. I'm just gonna add a fake shadow. I'm gonna do it too strong with this. I'm gonna do a little fake shadow to separate things. Since it's all on screen, the shadow is just gonna read as to the program as don't show. Because I'm working in a group here, in a folder, and the group is on screen. So all the black that I draw is just gonna become instantly. What is this, by the way? I just made it. All the black is gonna read as transparent at the end of the day. Okay, here. Oh, just gonna remove this cloak here so we can see the guy that's behind. Because I guess he's watching this. I don't know if he's able to see it or just feel it or something. But he's probably feeling the omen that's coming to his house. Okay, I like this. It's pretty nice. There's stuff that I still want to do, like, to the whole picture. Because there's a thing about this legend, this story, is that it usually happens at night. I don't mind retconning that and make it happen by day if I just have no other option. Because it was hard enough to take a picture at night at that time. I'm not gonna find anything. But I could make this darker. And just maybe give a little bit of that feeling. Just going in with overlay, doing a bunch of black in here. Gotta make it look nicer, don't worry. Trying to set a feel. A bunch more overlay here. On the corners. Or even do it with levels. Yeah, it's a very cool legend. And I wonder, because obviously with time and how culture works, kind of gets contaminated and mutated over the years. We know, or we can imagine, that this story has a Celtic base, or that it comes from a common Celtic myth from back in the day, and just in this region it specifically mutated to this. But I would like to know, I would love to know what the original myth looked like. Which is impossible, but you know, one can dream. So I'm here just adding to the contrast, seeing how it looks. I'm actually gonna put this on top of the ghost as well. Because I'd like it to affect everything if possible. And I'm gonna have to do something with the very bright areas right behind the ghosts. Because they look way too bright if I do this. So what I'm probably gonna do is get soft light and paint them over with a little bit of black just to reduce that effect. Like so. Yeah, it sucks. All the writing we have written by the Romans, which obviously had interests in conquering them and kind of assimilating their culture. Okay, what if I do color here? Bring it some of this color. Oh, that's actually good. I should have done this. That looks way more natural now. Still want to keep some of these yellowy things. I'm just going to reduce the opacity a little. But I like that. Okay. You got the group here. You got all the ghosts. I'm just gonna group up within the group with all the redundants. Yeah, I think they might need a little bit more blurring, right? But I'm gonna try to do it in an interesting way. Let's see if it works. What I'm gonna do is hide this, do a copy, and merge that copy. So now it's all in the single layer. If we do need to go back and change things, we'll do it, but hopefully we don't have to. Then I want to do filter, blur gallery path blur. Right. It's not gonna make it look so strong, but I'm gonna make this path in the direction where they're walking. And the cool thing about path blur is, well, you can change the path in a curve if you wanna, which is not that interesting to me. But you can change the speed of individual parts. Like you can change the speed of the ending, but keep the speed at the beginning much lower. So as you can see here, it's just a little bit blurred, and as I go back, it just turns into a blur completely. How's that? Maybe I'll blur a little bit less the front part. I can just reduce the speed here to very little. Even move this. I'm gonna bring this from 6% to maybe 3. Oh, not 36. 3. And it mostly affects the back. And leaves the front row more or less untouched, so we can see at least this one's. Yeah, I think that's not bad, not bad. Okay. I also want to add a sort of glow around them, if that makes sense. So what I'm gonna do is rasterize all the effects I've made, then add that on screen. Give them a good Gaussian blur. Now they're a bit too bright, so I maybe want to keep it out of the main shapes and just make it glow around them, if that makes sense. They can blur it a bit more while keeping the there we go, the mask the same. I'm gonna feather the mask just a little, so there's some intersection. There we go, that's a little bit of glow. It's not a lot, but hopefully it adds to the etherealness of things. And okay, that's the important thing that we need to add is the candlelight on top of everything. So I'm just gonna add it on top. I think I'm gonna paint it. I think I'm just literally gonna go in and paint it. I'm gonna take a bright part here, and that's gonna be our base. Our base like white. You have a flame. Hold on, I'm just gonna get an image of a flame. It's gonna look better than whatever I draw. I'm just gonna get here to my restock search. I don't usually use it as much as I should. Look for candle and cross our fingers. There we go. That's beautiful. Perfect. Yeah, let's get this then. I'm gonna open it in another document. I don't mind. Right here. So, just gonna get this area. Let me open it a little because there might be some glow I'm missing. And we're gonna cut that and put it in screen. I guess we also need to desaturate it. And I'm gonna go to the base ghosts. I'm gonna get the gradients map we use for everything. Just gonna apply it on there. The soft thing, there we go. Now then, it's gonna apply that. Gonna soften these edges just in case some of those are seen. There we go. And put them here. Give it a bit of blur, and then I'm just gonna copy it to the rest. Put this all in screen, which should remove these edges. There we go. Now I'm gonna have to combine everything and apply the same mask, or the same, how do you call it? The same movement blur I did for the others. Yeah, I should do that. Okay, so I'm gonna combine everything. I'm gonna merge. On screen. And now we do smart filters. We copy them from the other, and that should, yeah, I think that worked. So now we do a copy, and we add a Gaussian blur on top, and that's going to be our glow. Okay, let us. Just want hopefully a bright glow around them. I might need to copy this a few times. There we go, so we get a better glow from them. Oh. Okay, and this is gonna be flames. go. I'm just gonna turn them off a little bit for the back rows. Just gonna reduce the total opacity a little as well. There we go. Okay, and I want to do something. Turn off these fires a little bit. Yeah, I know a fire, I mean, if we think about photography, and we think about faking photography like this, if you do a fire, you can't like turn it off to half, because a fire is always, unless you're specifically only shooting that fire from very up close, it's always going to be the single brightest thing in the image, and it's always going to be pure whites, except for maybe the little edge. So be careful if you do photo manipulation to not like turn fires off because they look too bright. They gotta be pure whites. But yeah, in this case, they're ghosts, so it's ghost fire, and I don't care. Fuck it, ghost fire. Y'all can't tell me what to do. Ghost fire, no rules. Fuck everything. Doing ghost fire today. Okay, I want to make this look a little bit more like it's a night. But that's not easy. Okay, we're gonna bring this up. I guess if we go hard with the vignette, I guess we can call it. We could theoretically make it look a bit more like it's a night. I did an overlay, I'm doing a soft light now. Giving it a little bit more color, which I don't like, so. And the idea is to leave it kind of in the original way. Just around the ghosts, so they look like they're emitting light. And it's more of a night scene or something. Although I don't like the colors that this is making, so I might just come back up here. Just take the original layer, this one, and do color. That's something that'll look good. Hue. Whoa. Some of these are very trippy. I love this, by the way. I'm subtracting this is the original from the getting a negative image of the ghosts, which is nice. But look at this. I kind of like this in a way. It's making the ghosts just look very like blown out. I mean, I'm not gonna use it. I think it's pretty nice. It feels like this is what it would come out of the camera if you tried to capture it, doesn't it? Obviously it needs the... So it would need a... Whoa! That just hurt me. I guess a color adjustment. So it doesn't get those blues and weird things. We got another ghost on here, which is pretty nice. But this feels like this is how it would come out of camera, right? And then you would edit it and this would come out or something. So I kind of want to add this in some way because it's pretty fun. But if we just add it at 50% opacity, it doesn't look too good. It does add to the general shine of things, but it's not amazing. So I don't know, maybe it's just a little curiosity. Nothing important. Okay. I'm thinking we can also fix up some of those colors that came out weird if we come here. Alright, so we turned down the temperature here a little bit. We maybe underexpose the whole image, because that will make the ghost pop out way more. Get the clarity a little bit down, maybe. I'm also probably gonna cut up this part because it makes it distracting. Yeah, that would be a cool way to show it cryptid. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, it's kind of what I want to do with this is just make the ghost stand out. I'm gonna add a vignette, obviously, because would it be one of my pictures if it didn't have vignettes? Come on. So how I usually do it is I put it at max, so I'm seeing what I'm editing. I'll choose a shape I like. And mostly here I just wanted to cover the sky without covering the ghost too much. So I gotta play with the midpoint, roundness, and feather. And then turn the highlights up, maybe that'll bring up some of the ghosts. And then we choose the level we want. So this is without vignette. I'll bring it down here, I think. Again, we need to cut this, it's bothering me. It's a bit covered by the camera, but you can see. So I think a pretty strong vignette here, since we're trying to emulate night sky. Obviously, a big rain of trademark things. Big rain always helps integrate everything, put everything in the same page. Then I want to bring some orange into the shadows, which is, looks perfect. I love it. So this is to make up for all the color I've removed. I'm just re-adding with color grading, adding a bit of that orange into the shadows, maybe into the highlights. I'm also gonna add some yellow. I mean, all the colors I'm gonna add, they have to be within this small range. Right? This is the sepia range. Like, I can go to red a little bit, but not too much. At most, like orangey red. So midtones, I don't know if I'll bring anything to the midtones. Let's see. Before and after here. Bring in some color back. I want to add some contrast. Maybe bring back some of the exposure. Hello, Ratseeds. How are you doing? We are making a local folkloric creature, or I guess not a creature, but a legend. Pixel Mage, thank you for the follow. And we're turning it into one of my edits, one of my trademark things. By the way, this I just changed to OBS Studio, and the chat on there is not very good. It's like not showing me things, so I missed some of the comments or some of the reward things. Hopefully I didn't miss. I did miss a reminder to save. Can you change usernames? You can. I used to be Valdevia 1 or something because my account name was taken, but then it must have been cleared out and I could change to just Valdevia. So you can in settings somewhere. So yeah, check out how we changed this. That looks, I like how this looks. I wanna cut this a little bit so we don't get that white edge. Gonna lose a little bit of that those nice artifacts from the edge, but okay, let's see. Whoa. Again, it's time to load, I guess. Okay. Let's see if we miss any of the edge. No, that looks good. Okay, so just so you guys see the original image, this is the original image. We've removed a bunch of people, right? We've left this one because we thought it would be nice. And we've added a bunch of ghosts, which we made individually. Well, we made a couple different ones, and then we edited some things. The ghosts, I guess, is not too visible because of the limitations of the picture. They're holding bones, and it's the things they're using as candles. Still alive, yeah, welcome back. So how do you feel about this? Let me know if you guys got any critique, any thoughts? There's some pink here that is not on the ghost, so I should add it. Color. Because that pink is just a camera, like a stain on the camera, on the film or something. So the ghost should also be tinted. Pink ghost, I like it. There we go. Any other pink stains? I think there were more here a little bit. We've come so far. Totally didn't just fall asleep for a while. Oh, my voice is soothing. Thank you. Yeah, you got it. You got it right, Cryptid. I think I might actually bring it down a little too. Excellent vibes. So I'm probably gonna... I'll post it with a little bit of explanation of what this is. And maybe a link after to teach people what this legend is, or this myth entails. I don't know, could I fit an explanation about this, guys, in a tweet? Is that something that can be done? I tend... Okay, so doing like microfiction in tweets has been very good for me because I tend to be very wordy and lengthy with my explanations. As you might notice if you heard me talk during the streams, I just go on tangents and everything. So trying to, I guess, smash down everything into a single tweet is very hard for me, but it's a good exercise, I think. Do audiobooks or something. Thank you. Gotta dip out. Okay, have fun with the cleaning, I guess. Oh, thanks, Dapper. I'll try doing it myself, but if I'm struggling, I'll let you know. I'll let you write some fanfic about this, guys. It is hard to deal with the character limit, but I guess it makes you a bit more concise with things. And since my stories tend to be very visual, like the visual part is the main focus or the main point of it, I think it works well for me if you have a character limit. Oh hey, your gnomes were very good. Hold on, I'm gonna show chat on here. You posted it to the hour thing. Yeah, there we go. Here, guys. Check this out, that Kala made. A cool edit with a few edits with gnomes. By the way, I love these faces in the back. Gnome here. There's all the little hidden gnomes in here. But here there's an actual one, and I really like the second one. I think this one is very, very good. And oh, we can't see the, hold on. Where's my, here. A girl playing with a gnome. Kids fighting with gnomes, I don't know. It's very good. So here, go give it a... Hold on, where did I post it here? Shoutouts. Off to bed, hopefully don't work the strange noises out your window. Have a good night, Obsidian. Thanks for chatting. I mean, we'll just say it like it is, Kala. I think I'm pretty happy with this. Yep. Well, I just noticed that they're working through a tree, but they're ghosts. Who cares? Yeah, I think this could be pretty nice, and hopefully people in my region will like it. I'll try to maybe, I don't know, push it through those circles and let people use it to exemplify this myth. Because there's not a lot of good pictures about them. They're drawings, and they're usually not, I mean, not amazing. They're decent, but we were looking before at pictures of the Santa Campagna, and like this is kind of photographic and stuff, but doesn't really exemplify the myth that well, with the white robes and the bones. This one's like a street painting, a graffiti, or a mural, or however you call that. And the other pictures people use are just pretty generic guys in robes that don't feel very specific to our own region's myth. This one is good, for example. I like this one. And this statue, for example, is very good as well. But yeah, I don't know. I think we would need something a bit more specific. Gotta represent my region, so I'll just release it as a, or whoever can use it, whoever wants to. Spain's mystical folklorical illustrations. Yeah, they have that same feel, don't they? Kind of, I would love a more modern or I don't know, a different type of artists to do their take on them, but they're just not that widespread, so they don't get that attention. It's kind of frustrating. The clay witches. Oh god. You and I know the pain of the clay witches. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try to find them. There must be pictures of them on the internet, right? So if you go to a gift shop in Asturias, you'll always find these clay witches, which is Brusa llavero or something like that. They're usually like key holders or key. No, come on. Cerámica. I want to find the specific ones, because there's a very specific style. This is not it, though. Are these from Spanish folklore? Yes, they're in most of Spain, especially in northern and western Spain. They're called La Santa Compañía, or the Holy, like, Company or something. In Asturias, in the region where I live, it's called La Güestia, or it would be like the Spanish version or the Asturian version of the word host. Host as in like a host of people. Statuilla. So. Bruja. It's kind of like this. These are the ones. They have a very specific style that you'll find in every gift shop in Spain, especially in northern Spain, Asturias, Galicia. This with an X like that is more like gallego. But they have this very specific clay style. This. These are the ones. I'd like a more modern take on these. They look so dated. Folklore Thursdays. Oh, I might send them that. Folklore Thursdays. Do they do like folklore from all over the world? That sounds cool. I might try to get them, send them their way. And these bad boys. Yeah, I was adding some screen or overlay here to kind of make the glow a little bit more apparent, just around them, around the first ghosts. But overlay may be a bit too strong. I think, yeah, soft light is probably better. Yeah, that's better. Because overlay also just pumps out the color a lot, just makes it very orange. Can use the hashtag on Thursday too. Okay, cool. Chidra567, thank you for the follow. Okay, so that's been our first little thing from today. How long have we been up? 2 hours, 24 minutes. That's good. We're doing a good pace, I think. So I am going to, since I don't know how long I've been streaming, I'm going to do a very quick break. I'll leave you with this cool image. And when I'm back, we're moving on to, and you might like this guy, Trevor Henderson creature, Mr. Bag. You'll know him, love him.